Angelina was reported to have told Pax, who was then 15 years old, that Pitt, quote, never wanted to adopt him. That is evil. Okay, that in my opinion is evil. How could an impressionable child who is already likely traumatized by his adoption and never knowing his birth parents and being spirited away to a new country and plopped in this freak show household, and then the parents get married and they get divorced and they're acquiring kids and they're birthing kids and this and that. Like, how after that could he ever, after his mother says that to him, which it clearly looks like parental alienation, whether it's true or not, or it's rooted in some version of how could this kid ever be expected to trust in his father again? How? So Jolie, in my opinion, if she said that to him, as these reports, multiple maintain, and they've never sued for libel or defamation or anything like that, to my knowledge, if she said that, she did that to poison that well with his father and to make sure that Pax would remain hers and hers alone. And then she expounded, because why not? Let's compound this trauma, okay? Let's compound trauma upon trauma upon trauma. All of you troublemakers out there, it is a gift to be born into anonymity. It is a gift to be born not to parents who are rich and famous. So Angelina then told Pax reportedly that Brad was, quote, angry that despite his misgivings, she proceeded to adopt him. Okay, I can't imagine ever telling a child such a thing, like ever. I had friends in high school, I'm sure you guys did too, who I went to an Irish Catholic school and, the parents didn't really use birth control. And I had friends who would say like, oh, I was the oops baby. I was the mistake. They told me that. They thought that my mom thought she couldn't have any more kids. And then here I come. And, they never got over it. No matter how much quote unquote humor that was relayed to them with, they never got over this idea. And I had a friend who was adopted too. And she had a really good family here. She was adopted from Asia and she never got over it. She never stopped wondering about who gave her up and why. Okay. So magnify that trauma, that rejection that a child of adoption feels by their birth parents by a million. Okay. Because now not only is this terrible stuff going on and both of these idiot, immature excuses for parents, just my opinion, they're duking it out on the world stage and using the kids as what I think is like ammunition, like cannon fodder.